Have you ever wondered why some lives radiate a quiet joy, effortlessly drawing in abundance and opportunity, while others struggle beneath the weight of quiet dissatisfaction? Within the intricate dance of our thoughts and feelings lies an extraordinary secret. When we align our deepest emotions with a powerful vision, we unlock reserves of happiness and wealth far beyond what we thought possible. This book is your invitation to embark on a journey inward, mastering the daily art of thankfulness and discovering the harmony that quietly transforms everything. The mysteries awaiting within these pages offer more than promises. They offer a blueprint for real change. Harmony Within, Wealth Beyond. Align Emotion and Vision, written and published by Intentional Prosperity. Chapter 1. Discovering Emotional Alignment. What if the happiness you're seeking has been waiting, quietly hidden beneath the very emotions you experience each day? Imagine for a moment a world where every feeling, no matter how ordinary or overwhelming, holds the seed of something greater, a key not only to inner harmony, but to a wellspring of abundance you never dared dream possible. For many of us, life swings us from one emotion to another, leaving us yearning for balance while struggling to understand why contentment feels fleeting and just out of reach. These feelings of confusion, emotional ups and downs, or a lingering dissatisfaction have become so familiar that we begin to believe they are simply the natural side effects of daily living. Yet you may recognize how daily stress, disappointments, and even small frustrations can pile quietly atop one another, coloring our view of ourselves and the world. You might catch yourself wondering why it feels like you're always racing, trying to catch the next moment of happiness, only for it to slip away, replaced by anxiety over work, family, finances, or what tomorrow will bring. Even in times of apparent success, a restless echo of "is this all there is?" lingers. Most advice seems to demand that you change everything overnight, or hide your emotions when they are less than positive, telling you to power through and simply choose optimism. But inevitably, these attempts at forcing positivity fade, revealing that the struggle for real peace and flourishing can't be solved by pretending or pushing feelings away. Here's the hidden truth. Our emotions aren't obstacles to happiness, but essential guides showing us how to live fully and authentically. The path to lasting well-being and abundance begins not by silencing your emotions, but by learning to listen to them and align them with your deepest values and future vision. Imagine discovering that each spark of joy, moment of doubt, surge of excitement, or wave of frustration holds valuable information. A gentle nudge, a quiet lesson, leading you closer to the life you long for. The transformative solution to the challenge of emotional imbalance is the practice of emotional alignment. Recognizing, respecting, and guiding your emotions so that they work for you, not against you. Emotional alignment is the art of bringing awareness to what you feel right now and understanding what each emotion reveals about what matters most to you. When you allow yourself to notice without judgment, you become a student of your own inner world, gently steering your energy in directions that honor your values, inspire gratitude, and inform a clear vision for your life. Instead of wrestling with emotions or living at their mercy, you learn to collaborate with them, making choices that foster balance and authenticity. This approach is not only deeply affirming, it offers practical benefits. When your inner life points in the same direction as your deepest hopes, you experience less drudgery and more meaning in every moment. New ideas surface when you're less distracted by self-criticism. You become more resilient, kinder to yourself, and capable of creating change without self-sacrifice. Discovering emotional alignment is like turning on a light in a dim room. Suddenly, you see the quiet pathways leading to both harmony and abundance, illuminated by a gratitude that grows naturally from clear, present awareness. To truly discover emotional alignment, start by pausing each day to notice and name what you're feeling. This step might sound simple, but embracing it with honest curiosity can change everything. Practice sitting quietly, taking slow, deep breaths, and inwardly asking yourself, "What am I feeling right now?" Use words like calm, anxious, hopeful, or frustrated, whatever best matches your experience. As you do this, remind yourself that these emotions aren't right or wrong. They are merely signals, unique messages crafted from your lived experience. When you resist judgment, You give these emotions a safe space to reveal what really matters to you. For example, if you're feeling anxious before work, look a little deeper, and you might find the worry is tied to your desire for recognition, growth, or security. Or, if you're feeling excited as you begin a personal project, notice how that energy could be tied to creativity and purpose. By beginning the day with this honest check-in, you start the important practice of dialogue with your inner self. Taking the next step means exploring what your emotions are teaching you about your needs and values. Suppose you're feeling disconnected after spending a long week in isolation or Zoom meetings. By noticing the dissatisfaction, you might realize it's a longing for community or a reminder to reach out to someone. Or, let's say frustration strikes during a conversation with a loved one. Instead of pushing the feeling away, pause and wonder what it's illuminating. Maybe a need for clearer communication or boundaries. As you begin connecting emotions to needs and values, you'll uncover points of alignment and misalignment between your feelings, actions, and vision for your life. This gentle self-inquiry transforms emotions from hidden saboteurs to trustworthy guides, helping you steer toward choices that nourish you. Now, gradually begin aligning your thoughts and actions with what you discover about yourself. If your daily check-ins reveal a need for appreciation, challenge yourself to communicate your appreciation to someone else, or take steps that show you value your own efforts. If peace feels elusive, create small moments during the day, maybe a few minutes drinking tea or stepping into sunlight, just to pause and find grounding. If you identify fear about a new opportunity, use that knowledge to break the task down, seek support, or create a simple plan. Celebrate even the smallest effort to honor your inner landscape. Each time you take action based on genuine self-knowledge, you reinforce your sense of harmony and self-trust. Over time, this work brings subtle yet profound benefits. You'll notice greater clarity and ease in making decisions because your actions match what you truly want and need. Emotional storms begin to lose their power, replaced by calm curiosity. Moments of genuine gratitude become more frequent, since you recognize the gifts hidden in daily emotions. Inner harmony blooms, making you less likely to get tossed around by stress or negative self-talk. Relationships deepen as you respond with authenticity and empathy, both to yourself and to those you care about. Begin right now by ending your day with an honest check-in, even if it's just a few lines in a journal or a quiet reflection before bed. Bring patient compassion to this process. Emotional alignment unfolds with time and practice. This journey isn't about fixing or overcoming yourself, but gently realigning, step by step, toward greater fulfillment. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to build on this clarity to create powerful foundations for lasting harmony in every part of your life. As you continue, take a moment to reflect on your experiences, and if you find this journey helpful, don't forget to support intentional prosperity by subscribing, liking, and sharing your thoughts. Your insights help us all grow together. Chapter 2. Building Foundations of Harmony. Imagine waking up each morning with a sense of calm as strong as bedrock beneath your feet, even before the demands and distractions of the day begin to call your name. What if every action, conversation, and decision you made flowed effortlessly from an inner space of balance and peace, so that even life's setbacks could not easily shake you? Many yearn for this feeling of unshakable harmony, but achieving it often seems impossible in a world that moves quickly and seldom gives us space to breathe. When responsibilities multiply, changes arrive unexpectedly, and our emotional lives rise and fall with the tide of daily experience, the idea of living from a steady core may feel like a distant dream. Most of us want fulfilling relationships, meaningful work, health, and a sense of purpose. Yet the pressures of trying to keep all these pieces together can leave us exhausted and disconnected from ourselves. For most, a common problem emerges. The routines of daily life begin to crumble without a foundation of self-worth and self-compassion. Many wake up feeling overwhelmed by worries, haunted by regrets of the past or worries about the future, barely noticing moments of joy in between. You may find habits slipping away. Healthy meals skip one day, a promise to call a friend is left unfulfilled, or a small joy is ignored because there is simply no time. Relationships suffer because your patience runs thin, and self-criticism can chip away at personal confidence. Instead of feeling in control, you might notice that you are just barely reacting, hoping that nothing comes along to upset a fragile balance. As these patterns continue, it becomes apparent that any harmony we had was resting on a shaky foundation rather than one that can endure. The path forward is not to escape life's difficulties, but to build a solid inner foundation that nurtures you from the inside out, even under pressure. The transformative solution lies in intentionally constructing core routines and mindsets that foster continual self-acceptance, gratitude, and patient growth. One vital practice is creating simple rituals that reaffirm your worth each day. Moments intentionally designated not for checklists or external approval, but for nourishing your own spirit. These could be as brief as taking a few mindful breaths upon waking, or repeating a phrase of gratitude that anchors you in the present. By infusing daily life with intentional pauses, you build small, resilient pillars of self-respect and compassion, offering yourself grace when the world feels chaotic. The real benefit of these regular, intentional choices is that they gradually transform your experience from within. Rather than feeling as if you are always reacting to the world, you begin to shape it from a place of alignment and self-care. Over time, you notice that setbacks seem less jarring, and relationships become steadier because your responses are grounded in ease, not reactivity. Choosing routines that celebrate your growth and dignity acts like the frame of a strong house, giving shelter to every other part of your life. As the days pass, these routines grow stronger, connecting moments of thankfulness, presence, and meaning so that harmony, once fleeting, becomes an unshakable foundation for everything you build next. One of the most empowering actions you can take is to establish a morning ritual dedicated to centering yourself. No matter how simple it may be, choose a practice that speaks to you on a personal level and fits naturally into your current lifestyle. This could be a quiet moment of breathwork after waking, jotting down 3 things you're thankful for, or simply sitting with your morning drink and reflecting on how you wish to shape your day. Consistency is more valuable than intensity, because it's routine that gently shapes who you become, one day at a time. For example, imagine starting your day with a single sentence of kindness to yourself, like, "I am committed to taking care of myself today." Over the course of a week, you may notice newfound calm and resistance to stress, as small seeds of self-compassion quietly begin to take root. After your morning, consider adding a grounding ritual in the midst of your day. This might be as brief as pausing before lunch or during a transition between tasks, simply to take a deep breath and reconnect with the present. A young professional, for instance, found herself constantly scattered by work emails. She began taking 2 minutes each day, closing her eyes and asking herself, "What do I appreciate about this very moment?" She was surprised how quickly interruptions lost their power to hijack her mood. Instead of feeling continuously overwhelmed, she felt centered and even energized throughout her afternoon meetings. By repeating this small act regularly, you reinforce your ability to carry harmony with you instead of letting chaos set the tone. Build an evening routine that allows for gentle reflection and gratitude. This can be as straightforward as writing a single line about a success of the day or a person who made your life easier. Think of a parent who ends difficult days by spending just 5 quiet minutes recalling one laughter shared with their child. Such moments, while short, allow emotional burdens to ease and invite appreciation into the mind just before sleep. After several weeks, it becomes clear that these little practices do more than just punctuate the day. They serve as touchstones, reminding you of your progress and true values even on the most challenging days. Each step in these daily rituals, repeated with kind intention, reinforces the foundation of harmony within you, lending you stability and poise in a world that rarely stands still. Embracing these routines does not require perfection. Begin with the intention to nurture yourself and celebrate progress over accomplishment. Think of these habits as bricks forming a pathway, not only helping you withstand storms, but also offering routes to deeper fulfillment. As you move forward, give yourself permission to adapt these ideas so that your routines feel personal, supportive, and meaningful. Start tonight with just one short gratitude note. or dedicate 60 seconds to appreciating something about your day. Watch as small actions, practiced consistently, quietly transform your inner landscape. Now that you've started to lay the foundation for true balance and resilience through daily rituals, get ready for the next step, empowering your personal vision by elevating gratitude into a guiding force. Don't miss what comes next, where you'll learn how to navigate your future using the power of thankfulness. If this journey has inspired you or sparked new reflections, please remember to show your support by subscribing to the Intentional Prosperity channel, liking this content, and sharing your stories or suggestions below. Your engagement and insight allow this growing community to flourish together. Chapter 3: Empowering Vision Through Gratitude. Have you ever wondered what could happen if you allowed gratitude to light the path toward your dreams, rather than only reflecting on blessings from your past? Imagine, for a moment, approaching each day with a mindset so richly attuned to appreciation that even your ambitions become shaped, supported, and energized by thankfulness. Yet for many people, the process of pursuing goals and building a personal vision can feel burdensome, filled with uncertainty and pressure. The world encourages us to be driven, focused, and relentless, pushing for results with urgency, but rarely inviting us to pause and appreciate the journey itself. Over time, goals that once inspired excitement may become a source of exhaustion or self-doubt, as if the more we strive, the dimmer our initial spark becomes. The disconnect between heartfelt vision and daily grind leaves many feeling unfulfilled, unsure how to rekindle the energy that once made their dreams compelling. You might recognize the uneasy rhythm of waking up determined to make progress, but quickly feeling swamped by a sense of not enough, whether time, support, talent, or recognition. It's emotionally draining to devote yourself to a vision while constantly seeing success through the lens of what's missing. The joy of small achievements can vanish when you are constantly racing toward a future destination, almost blind to the beauty and meaning woven into the steps along the way. Over time, this approach chips away at your motivation, replacing wonder and confidence with worry and criticism. It is easy, then, to question whether the pursuit is truly worth it, or whether you are simply chasing a shadow that never materializes into fulfillment. But what if you could change the entire focus from what you lack to the abundance already present? The transformative solution is to let gratitude become a central part of your vision-building process. Instead of seeing gratitude only as a reflection on what's good in your past or present, imagine it as a force that energizes and clarifies the way ahead. When you pause to feel thankful for strengths you already possess, mentors and friends who support you, and opportunities you might otherwise miss, a sense of possibility takes root where discouragement once lived. Practicing gratitude as you plan and pursue your vision can turn determination into hope, persistence into patience, and daily steps into moments of meaning. The core idea is profound, yet practical. When gratitude becomes the lens through which you view your goals, you unlock a flow of inspiration and resilience that propels you further. Challenges become easier to face when you recognize them as invitations to growth, rather than hurdles that threaten your progress. This perspective boosts creativity, as worry decreases, and your attention opens to resources and solutions you might have overlooked. By integrating gratitude with your aspirations, goals feel lighter and more worthwhile. Every action becomes not just another item to accomplish, but a celebration of your unique capacity to move forward, step by step, toward a life that is both ambitious and deeply rewarding. A practical path to empowering your vision through gratitude begins with making a deliberate habit of weaving thankfulness into every goal-setting session. Start by taking a moment before you write or think about your aspirations, and consciously acknowledge what you are already grateful for, related to the area where you want growth. For example, if your goal is to advance your career, reflect on the mentors who have offered guidance, the skills you've honed, or even the challenges that taught you perseverance. This simple practice immediately shifts your focus from what is missing to what enriches your journey, creating a positive foundation for your vision to emerge. As you move into the specifics of your goals, write them down in a way that pairs each objective with an element of gratitude. A person hoping to improve their health doesn't simply list the amount of weight they wish to lose or the physical feats they wish to achieve. Instead, they begin every plan by noting appreciation for their body's current strength, for opportunities to choose nutritious food, or for supportive friends who walk with them. This shift transforms even daunting goals into encouragements, turning each step of progress, no matter how small, into genuine reasons for celebration. Through this lens, effort is no longer a punishment, but a gift you give to yourself. Throughout the pursuit of your vision, keep a gratitude journal that captures the moments, big and small, where thankfulness persists alongside ambition. Each day, after working on your dream, jot down 1 or 2 things, people, or lessons you're grateful for in the process, even if the outcome is not yet visible. Imagine an entrepreneur building a new business who finds themselves overwhelmed by mistakes. At the end of each challenging day, they list a learned skill, the support of loved ones, or simply the grace to start again tomorrow. Over time, this collection of gratitude becomes a wellspring of motivation, especially in times of doubt, because it offers undeniable proof of growth and goodness on your chosen path. When you align your pursuit of dreams with gratitude, you empower yourself to see setbacks as valuable instruction, deadlines as invitations to prioritize, and problems as puzzles to be appreciated for the wisdom they hold. You soon discover that your vision is much more than its accomplishments. It's forged and strengthened by the awareness of abundance along the way, building confidence, patience, and a more meaningful sense of purpose. Relationships improve as well, since a grateful perspective brings more encouragement and a readiness to recognize collaboration and kindness in others. To propel this transformative journey, start tonight by writing down a single goal that matters to you, and beneath it, 3 things you're grateful for right now that connect to that vision. Notice how this exercise reshapes your feelings about the path ahead. Make this a practice every time you revise or act on your plan. Allow gratitude to not only track your progress, but also fuel your forward momentum. Each day you commit to this habit, your capacity to see abundance strengthens, and your vision becomes more vivid and achievable. The journey becomes not a single climb, but a series of empowered, meaningful steps. Looking ahead, the next chapter will show you how to build on gratitude by cultivating emotional resilience, helping you stand strong through the highs and lows of ambition and daily life. Your thoughts are vital to this growing community, so please subscribe to the Intentional Prosperity channel. Give this project a like and share your experiences or suggestions. Together, we illuminate the abundance and vision woven into every day. Chapter 4. Strengthening Emotional Resilience. Imagine being able to face life's challenges head-on and remain composed, not because your circumstances are suddenly easier, but because you carry within you an inner strength that is flexible and unbreakable. What if disappointment, setbacks, and even moments of loss became teachers rather than threats, giving you tools to build a more stable and contented life? So often, people view emotional resilience as a trait reserved for the lucky few, those whose calm demeanor seems untouchable, even in the eye of a storm. Yet in everyday life, stress and adversity strike everyone. Maybe it's the feeling of being overwhelmed by work deadlines or the sting of a broken relationship. Maybe it's simply waking up with a heaviness that lingers all day, making even small tasks seem impossible. Many cope by putting on a brave face or pushing uncomfortable feelings away, thinking that being strong means not getting affected at all. But behind closed doors, the pressure to maintain composure can lead to exhaustion and quiet despair. You might find yourself trapped in a cycle of self-criticism, feeling that emotions are obstacles to be conquered instead of signs that need understanding. This approach may work for a while, but it creates distance from your own heart and robs you of the opportunity to actually grow stronger through life's tests. Real emotional resilience is not about becoming immune to pain or fear. It's about learning to process and respond to emotion wisely so you can adapt, recover, and even thrive, no matter what comes. The promising path forward is shifting your mindset from resistance to acceptance and learning to meet every emotion, pleasant or painful, with respect and curiosity. The transformative solution begins with recognizing that emotions themselves cannot hurt you when you allow them space to breathe. Just like a traveler resting beneath a tree, if you let feelings like sadness, worry, or frustration sit with you rather than fighting them, they gradually lose their sharpness. Begin to treat each emotional wave as a message rather than a menace, a signal pointing out your needs, boundaries, or values. Imagine a young artist facing harsh criticism. Instead of shrinking from hurt or defensiveness, she chooses to notice the sting, then gently asks herself what matters most behind the pain. That willingness to look and learn not only softens the blow, but also reveals new ways to improve her craft, stand up for herself, and take pride in progress. At its core, resilience is built step by step each time you pause, acknowledge your inner weather, and decide how to move forward with integrity and gratitude. This approach opens up space for learning, compassion, and the slow development of a confidence that cannot be shaken by life's ups and downs. Every setback can become an invitation to rediscover your strengths and resourcefulness. When you begin to trust your capacity to feel deeply and respond wisely, even in uncertainty, you create a lasting foundation for growth, peace, and fulfillment. To begin strengthening your emotional resilience, take the first step by establishing a quiet moment of self-check-in each day. Find a calm space where you can breathe deeply and gently. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Allow honest answers without trying to fix or change anything immediately. Noticing your emotions with curiosity rather than judgment allows you to understand them more clearly and reduces the urge to resist or ignore uncomfortable feelings. For example, consider someone after a hard conversation at work who initially feels frustrated and tense. By calmly acknowledging this emotional state rather than suppressing it, they allow themselves to see what lies beneath, perhaps a sense of unappreciation or a desire to communicate more openly in the future. This awareness itself can gently ease tension and signal healthy changes. Practice reframing emotional setbacks as temporary and meaningful. When a challenging situation arises, such as a missed opportunity or a difficult family interaction, treat these moments as signals rather than failures. Think of a student who fails a major test. Rather than collapsing under self-blame, she pauses, feels the sadness, and asks, "What can I learn from this? What support do I need?" This direction turns setbacks into stepping stones, planting seeds of growth that develop with every conscious breath taken during tough times. Applying compassion to yourself in moments of distress, just as you would care for a friend, softens your self-talk, increasing your capacity to bounce back. Another powerful strategy involves gratitude, even for the hard moments. Each day, make it a practice to recall one challenge and note what it reveals about your strengths. Maybe a parent faces another sleepless night with a sick child. Even in exhaustion, they notice resilience in rising again, creative problem-solving, or loving patience. By recognizing these qualities, emotional storms gradually turn into reminders of personal resourcefulness rather than just burdens to bear. As these actions become habits, they begin to reshape how you meet life's uncertainties. You may find yourself less reactive in emotionally charged moments, quicker to forgive yourself for mistakes, and more able to seek solutions instead of getting lost in frustration. Over time, relationships benefit too. When you honor your own emotions, you naturally extend patience and understanding to others, deepening genuine connections. The underlying fear of being overwhelmed by feelings fades, replaced by self-trust and a quiet knowing that every emotion carries wisdom. To put this into practice now, take 5 minutes today or tonight to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and check in with yourself without judgment. Invite any emotion to sit by your side, and when you are ready, thank it for what it's showing you about your needs or values. Use a small journal to record this experience, so you can chart your resilience as it quietly grows stronger each day. Remember, becoming resilient is a journey, not a race. There is no standard to meet except your own steady improvement. Next, you will discover how this expanding resilience becomes a foundation for inner wealth, showing you the secret to recognizing prosperity within before ever seeking it on the outside. If these ideas help you, your feedback matters. Subscribe to the Intentional Prosperity channel, offer a like, and share your stories or suggestions. Each personal reflection makes this journey more insightful and rich for us all. Chapter 5. Expanding Your Inner Wealth. What if true wealth was not measured by your bank balance or the things you own, but by an abundant sense of security, gratitude, and possibility that thrives inside you. Steady, unshakable, and always available. Close your eyes and picture a life where your feelings of richness and satisfaction are not determined by outside circumstances, but flow from a deep well within, nourishing every aspect of your existence. This vision is powerful, yet for many people, society's definition of wealth is rooted in constant striving, comparison, and an elusive quest for enough. Advertisements, social pressures, and even our own inner critic whisper that happiness waits just beyond the next achievement, a shiny possession, a prestigious title, or the approval of others. It's easy to become stuck in that cycle, believing that joy must be earned, riches are always out of reach, and personal worth is fragile and conditional. This belief creates constant tension. No matter what you accomplish, the sense of lacking something lingers. You may know the feeling of celebrating a personal or professional win only for it to fade quickly, replaced by worry or longing for the next milestone. Times of uncertainty, financial struggles, setbacks, or periods of self-doubt can make you question if contentment is even possible without the guarantee of security. Many dream of feeling free, valuable, and content, yet are exhausted trying to grasp fleeting sources of self-worth that depend on comparison, recognition, or circumstances that are always changing. Here, the transformative solution is to begin building and expanding your inner wealth. The journey starts when you bravely decide to anchor your sense of abundance in qualities and practices that no one and no external force can take from you. True inner wealth is grown through gratitude, purpose, and a willingness to nurture rich connections with yourself and others. When you recognize the value in your experiences, talents, lessons, relationships, and even your personal struggles, you begin to see yourself as your most powerful and reliable resource. Imagine learning to treat each moment, each small triumph or difficult lesson, as a deposit in your well of inner abundance, fueling long-term resilience and deep satisfaction. The core idea is simple yet life-changing. Inner wealth stems from the daily choice to focus on the resources already present within you and your life, rather than endlessly chasing after more. With practice, this mindset unlocks powerful changes. Appreciation for your journey, its wins and its hardships, turns self-judgment into self-acceptance. You develop a sense of enough that holds strong even under pressure, dissolving the anxiety that comes with comparison or scarcity thinking. As your inner wealth deepens, you naturally attract meaningful possibilities and connections, because clarity and confidence radiate outward. Challenges become easier to meet, as you rely on a well-stocked inner reserve instead of seeking quick fixes from outside. By nurturing this abundance within, your life grows richer, calmer, and more fulfilling, uneclipsed by anyone else's definition of success. To expand your inner wealth, start by planting gratitude firmly at the heart of your daily routine. Set aside a few minutes each morning or evening to quietly reflect on what is already present in your life that brings comfort, hope, learning, or growth. Write these thoughts in a journal, even if they seem small, a skill you've sharpened through persistence, a friendship that uplifts you, a lesson brought by a recent mistake, or simply the ability to keep moving when days grow tough. Over time, this exercise doesn't just shift your focus, it retrains your mind to notice value where it might once have overlooked or dismissed it. Picture the difference between arriving at the end of a challenging day and finding only flaws, compared with recognizing a single way you coped, adapted, or cared for yourself. This practice is the first building block of inner wealth, creating a reliable anchor when you feel uncertain or restless. Expand on this foundation by affirming your existing strengths and values. Take a moment to recall situations where you showed resilience, generosity, or wisdom, regardless of the outcome. For example, imagine a person who feels insecure about their professional progress. One day, they pause long enough to remember times they supported colleagues, finished difficult projects, or simply learned from mistakes. By recording these personal resources in a dedicated space, on paper or as a digital strengths list, they slowly start to redefine wealth as a collection of inner qualities. With every review, confidence grows, replacing anxiety with grounded self-regard. If anxiety about the future surfaces, Reread this list and remember that, even as circumstances change, you carry inside you the foundations of resourcefulness and creativity. Intentional generosity is another step in growing inner wealth, and it doesn't require anything beyond what you already possess. Offer a word of encouragement to a friend, share a moment of genuine attention, or give time to support a coworker's project. These everyday acts not only strengthen bonds, but also remind you of the abundance available to you in relationships and experiences, not just material achievements. Think about a neighbor who volunteers an hour to organize a cleanup in their community. Their sense of belonging and contribution increases, often bringing surprising satisfaction and pride, even if the gesture is small and unheralded. Each act is an investment in your sense of connectedness and purpose, reinforcing that richness is found within the moments you create and the lives you touch. By consistently practicing gratitude, affirming your internal resources, and choosing generosity, you naturally develop a sense of abundance that grows with every day. Life feels lighter, setbacks seem less threatening, and you begin to view obstacles as invitations to use and expand your inner reserves. A week or so into committing to these steps, most people feel a historic weight begin to lift. The anxiety of not measuring up dims as the truth of their sufficiency settles root. Begin today. Write down 3 things that make your spirit feel rich. Note a recent act of quiet strength, or share a moment of kindness with someone in your circle. As you deepen your sense of inner wealth, prepare for the next chapter, which will reveal how your purpose can guide and magnify abundance in ways you may never have expected. Continue to walk this journey by connecting with intentional prosperity. Subscribe to the channel, give this chapter a like, and share your reflections, stories, or hopes in the comments. Your voice and engagement make this space a place of true shared abundance. Chapter 6: Manifesting Abundance with Purpose. What if the secret to unlocking abundance was not found outside yourself, but arose the moment you tied your desires to a deeper sense of meaning and direction? Imagine living each day with such a clear sense of purpose that every opportunity, challenge, and gift feels significant, drawing you closer to your dreams rather than leaving you endlessly searching. It's a compelling vision, yet for many people, the idea of manifesting abundance seems like wishful thinking or is dismissed as a privilege reserved only for the lucky. Often the pursuit of more money, more status, more experiences, becomes a frantic chase rather than a journey of growth. The constant hustle can leave you feeling scattered, tired, and disconnected from any real sense of satisfaction. The truth is, this struggle is all too common. Many people set goals or work toward material success, but find themselves feeling empty, even when those goals are reached. There's often a background tension, a quiet restlessness, urging you to move faster, try harder, attain more, yet that inner voice never congratulates you with a lasting peace. You might find certain dreams slipping further from reach the more you chase them. The attempt to manifest abundance without a profound why behind your intentions can feel hollow, leading to disappointment or disillusionment when the results don't measure up to expectations. The result? Initial bursts of motivation fade, and setbacks carry strong emotional weight, making perseverance a challenge. Here is where a transformative solution takes root. Manifesting abundance begins working in your life when you decide to unite your deepest values and passions with clear intention. Rather than asking what you want, shift the question to why you want it. What purpose will it serve? How does it align with your inner truths? And what ripples does it send into the world around you? When you clarify your why, you transform desire from mere longing to purposeful creation. Suddenly, each step on your journey carries more significance, and the success you attract becomes a natural reflection of you living in harmony with your core self. You can start to see everything you welcome, opportunities, resources, relationships, as not just for your benefit, but as a way to express your gifts, uplift others, and strengthen your impact. At the heart of this transformation is intention, turning your focus from what the world says you should have to what is deeply meaningful and aligned to your unique strengths. When goals are set from this place, you don't just invite abundance, you become a magnet for it, because your choices are rooted in authenticity and gratitude. Taking daily actions aligned with your values also invites unexpected resources. New connections, insights, and serendipities arise effortlessly when you are true to yourself. Rather than feeling hurried, you gain patience for the unfolding process, savoring progress in every small success and lesson. Purpose breathes life into abundance, helping you create joy and affirmation in moments where before there may have been longing or doubt. This is how true and lasting abundance is manifested, not by force, but by living each day with intention and meaning. Begin manifesting abundance with purpose by clarifying your core values and unique strengths. Start this process by sitting down with pen and paper and answering a simple but powerful question. When do I feel most alive and deeply fulfilled? Let your mind wander to moments when challenges became opportunities, when helping others felt natural, or when creative energy flowed effortlessly. Write down the qualities or causes that stood out in those times. For example, someone may realize that mentoring others fills them with energy, while another discovers their greatest satisfaction comes from creating beauty through art. By identifying the themes and passions that make life meaningful, you begin to uncover the personal purpose that will anchor your vision for abundance. Now, take intention one step further by linking every major goal to a clear why rooted in these core values. If your goal is to build a thriving business, ask not just how much money or recognition it will bring, but how it connects to the impact you wish to have or the people you hope to serve. Someone who wants to write a book, for instance, should reflect on whether they're fueled by a desire to inspire change, share a unique experience, or create joy for others. Pinning each ambition to genuine purpose ensures every action is coherent with who you really are. This alignment removes the sense of struggle, replacing it with energy that keeps you steady, even in the face of obstacles. Bring this purposeful approach into daily life by monitoring your actions and choices. At the end of each day, reflect on moments when your activities aligned with your deepest intentions. Take stock of experiences that felt especially rewarding or energizing, and ask yourself, did today's actions reflect my values? If the answer is yes, take a moment to acknowledge and celebrate the progress. If not, use it as gentle guidance to realign your focus tomorrow without judgment or self-criticism. Imagine the example of a teacher feeling stuck in routine. When she pauses to recall her purpose, igniting curiosity and courage in young minds, she subtly shifts her methods, turns lessons into stories, and starts each morning with gratitude for the difference her work makes. Over time, this recentering gives new color and purpose to even the most repetitive days, helping abundance flow in the form of deeper connections, recognition, and personal fulfillment. As this approach becomes routine, many find that life's rewards are no longer outside their reach or a matter of luck. Instead, opportunity comes naturally to those living with clear intention. New friendships form, talents bloom, and success feels almost magnetic. Setbacks are easier to accept because the meaning behind each effort keeps motivation alive. A person no longer feels starved for acknowledgement or thrown off balance by delays, but instead trusts the unfolding journey, knowing every step contributes to something greater than a fleeting win. This week, challenge yourself to set a small goal and connect it, consciously and openly, to your personal purpose. Write it down, identify the intended impact, and take the first action joyfully, with gratitude for the genuine expression of self. Notice what shifts inside you when meaning, not just outcome, guides your actions. This journey is ongoing. Each step forward refines your understanding and magnifies abundance in every area of life. Next, you will learn how to bring sustained intention and mindful vision into everyday living, setting the stage for a life of ongoing fulfillment, not just bursts of success. As you reflect on what brings you purpose and abundance, remember to stay connected with the Intentional Prosperity channel. Subscribe, give a like, and share your stories or suggestions, so that your contributions help our entire community grow and manifest more purpose-driven abundance together. Chapter 7. Living with Intentional Vision. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to wake up each morning, not with a sense of obligation or resignation, but with a quiet confidence that your actions are shaped by a clear, guiding vision? Picture a life where, Instead of drifting through routine or being swept along by circumstance, you actively choose your direction, with each decision reflecting deeper values and long-term aspirations. Yet for many, life feels less like a journey and more like a race, constantly reacting to external demands, putting out fires, and navigating through a sea of endless choices without an internal compass to steer by. In this constant rush, it's all too easy to lose sight of personal dreams and settle for what seems practical in the moment, only to realize much later that the days are passing without real fulfillment or progress. This challenge is familiar to almost everyone. Modern life can make living with vision feel indulgent or next to impossible, especially when responsibilities pull attention in all directions. Competing priorities, busy schedules, and uncertainty about what truly matters only add to the confusion. You might sense a lingering disconnect, aware perhaps of what you once wished for, but finding it buried beneath daily pressures. Distraction becomes normalized. Opportunities arise, but pass by unnoticed because you're locked in immediate concerns, ever postponing what lights you up until someday. It's discouraging to feel as if you are moving, but not truly moving forward or upward. Many wait for clarity to appear out of nowhere, only to remain stuck in the same cycle, giving away the authorship of their own lives to external circumstances. But there is a powerful way to change this story. The transformative solution comes in crafting and living with an intentional vision. A deliberate practice of seeing not just what is, but what can be. This means stepping back to tune into your own desires, principles, and hopes, and then using that clarity to inform even the smallest actions each day. Intentional vision is about living with your eyes wide open, choosing where your energy and attention go, prioritizing the future you want over distractions or short-term comfort. It's like switching on a lantern in a dark corridor. Everything ahead becomes clearer, every step more purposeful, and every moment more alive with possibility. The core of this practice is the commitment to move from autopilot to mindful design. Instead of coasting or depending on the changing winds of circumstance, you gently but firmly reclaim your power as the architect of your reality. Establishing an intentional vision gives your life structure, meaning, and resilience, qualities that help you resist external chaos and meet challenges with resourcefulness. It doesn't mean that uncertainty disappears, but rather that you approach both opportunities and setbacks with a sense of direction, trust, and calm. As you nurture and live by your vision, you find that ordinary experiences become stepping stones, leading exactly where you wish to go. Infusing each day with a sense of progress, pride, and anticipation for what's yet to come. To live with intentional vision, begin by dedicating a quiet moment to reflect on the life you deeply desire. Find a peaceful space, close your eyes, and let yourself imagine 1 year from today. What are you doing? Who are you with? And how do you feel? Write down what you see and notice, especially the emotions that surface: joy, peace, connection, creativity. This vision is not meant to be perfect or rigid. Instead, allow it to be authentic and flexible, representing your true hopes and values, rather than society's expectations. Once you have a sense of what matters most, condense this vision into a short, inspiring sentence or phrase, a daily intention that reminds you why you get up each morning and how you want to show up in the world. For example, someone might choose, "I live each day with kindness and growth," or "I welcome creativity and share it generously." This intention will become your compass, guiding choices and priorities as you move through your days. The next action is to align your routines with this intention. Each morning, revisit your guiding phrase and set one small goal that expresses your vision, perhaps supporting a colleague, spending time on a cherished hobby, or practicing gratitude aloud with your family. If your vision feels overwhelming or far away, focus on a single, tangible step that brings you closer. Consider the story of a person who yearns for balance and harmony. Instead of trying to change their entire life overnight, they commit to a practice of walking outdoors for 10 peaceful minutes after dinner, using this time to reflect and relax. That simple habit becomes a cornerstone, and soon other healthy routines follow. By anchoring action to intention, you begin to write meaning into the mundane, noticing progress even when results are not instant. Practice reviewing your day each evening, asking if your choices reflected your vision and how you can refine or adjust tomorrow. For example, an overwhelmed manager who aspires to lead with empathy might pause after each workday, recall specific moments of patience or support, and acknowledge these as steps toward their larger purpose. This awareness builds self-confidence as small wins accumulate and challenges become opportunities for growth instead of threats to your identity. Repeated dedication to vision, even on difficult days, helps build resilience and deep satisfaction because you know your efforts serve a higher calling. Living intentionally brings profound benefits. Instead of waiting for fulfillment in a distant future, you start experiencing purpose and joy in routine. You feel less tossed by unexpected events because each day starts and ends anchored in personal meaning. Over time, you'll notice increased focus, a courageous willingness to say no to distractions, and a gentle pride in living authentically and deliberately. Opportunities that align with your values are easier to accept, and paths that don't serve your real dreams become easier to abandon without regret. Tonight, set aside 5 minutes for vision work. Write or say aloud your intention for the coming week and choose a single action to express it tomorrow. Approach this exercise gently, knowing that your vision is yours to evolve and expand over time. In the next chapter, you will learn how to master fulfillment from within, building satisfaction that does not depend on external achievement but flows from deep presence and true harmony. If these ideas encourage you, make your voice heard. Subscribe to the Intentional Prosperity channel, offer a like, and share your insights, stories, or suggestions. Each individual vision strengthens and inspires our collective path. Chapter 8. Mastering Fulfillment from Within. Is it possible to experience a satisfaction so complete that external situations, successes, or disappointments no longer dictate how good you feel about your life? Imagine beginning every day knowing that your sense of worth, joy, and contentment is steady and rooted, no matter what changes around you. This idea may feel out of reach, especially in a culture where fulfillment appears tightly linked with possessions, praise, or ticking boxes on a long to-do list. So many chase after fleeting rewards, racing for the next promotion, seeking approval from others, or waiting for the perfect circumstances, often only to find that feelings of emptiness return once the excitement fades. You may know the frustration of reaching a long-awaited goal, yet still waking up with longing for something deeper and more lasting. This struggle is incredibly common and has likely touched every reader's heart at one time or another. Our culture rewards action and achievement, but struggles to teach the art of contentment. People often wonder why disappointment creeps in, even when they have everything they're supposed to want. There's a subtle pressure to keep striving, to hunt constantly for the next experience, the next relationship, gadget, trip, or praise, out of fear that stillness and reflection will reveal how empty the promise of external happiness really is. These patterns can make fulfillment seem contingent on events outside your control, leaving your well-being vulnerable with every twist of fortune or mood of others. But there is an alternative. The path to true fulfillment begins, surprisingly, within you, not out in the world. The transformative solution is to develop skills of self-awareness, presence, and intentional gratitude that steady your happiness and satisfaction from the inside out. It is not the absence of ambition, but the discovery of an inner richness that is untouched by results or recognition. Imagine developing the ability to fully enjoy moments as they arise, to appreciate simple pleasures, a hot cup of tea, sunshine on your skin, a kind word shared, and to celebrate your growth each day regardless of what gets crossed off your list. This isn't about lowering ambitions or retreating from life. Instead, it's about creating a secure foundation so that achievements can be savored, setbacks handled without despair, and ordinary days lived with quiet joy. The heart of this practice is learning to bring gentle, non-judgmental attention to your thoughts, feelings, and experiences as they unfold, while repeatedly turning your focus back to what is already present and meaningful. This shift unlocks the ability to notice abundance and beauty, even within hardship or quiet moments, instead of feeling at the mercy of circumstances. When fulfillment is cultivated from within, you become resilient, peaceful, and less reactive, because you are anchored in a wellspring of contentment available only through mindful presence. As you nurture this skill, you will find that both the highs and lows of life become easier to navigate, and even a single ordinary day shimmers with deeper satisfaction and meaning. To master fulfillment from within, begin with the practice of intentional presence. Set aside a few minutes each day, perhaps in the morning or quietly before bed, to sit comfortably, close your eyes, and guide your attention to your breath and your body. As thoughts and feelings arise, notice them without judgment, simply allowing each sensation and emotion to exist. If your mind drifts to worries or future plans, gently steer it back to what you can feel right now. This builds the skill of mindful awareness, allowing you to touch moments of peace and contentment even in the midst of daily noise. Imagine someone with a demanding job who makes it a habit to pause for 5 mindful breaths at their desk before important meetings. This small, steady ritual grants a feeling of calm and groundedness, subtly reshaping how they respond to stress and uncertainty. The next step is to practice active self-appreciation through daily reflection. Keep a journal where each evening you jot down 3 things, large or small, for which you are grateful from the day. These could be personal qualities you demonstrated, little achievements, or moments that simply brought joy. For instance, one person might record the satisfaction of finishing a report, the pleasure of sharing a kind word with a neighbor, and the comfort of a favorite meal. Over time, this ritual deepens self-respect and opens your awareness to the ordinary abundance in your life. When practiced consistently, gratitude journaling transforms your internal dialogue. Instead of obsessing over what is still missing, you train your mind to recognize all that is already good and meaningful. It can be the difference between a restless night spent worrying and one where you fall asleep feeling satisfied. An equally important element is learning to savor positive moments as they happen, rather than rushing past them. Try this throughout your day. When you notice something delightful or rewarding, a smile from a friend, the excitement of an interesting idea, the beauty of nature, pause and let yourself truly absorb it. Close your eyes for an extra moment, or name the joy aloud. If a student receives praise for hard work or someone prepares a delicious meal, instead of brushing it off or moving immediately to what's next, they intentionally hold on to those feelings, letting the sense of pleasure and fulfillment linger. This habit magnifies even small joys, multiplying the sense of contentment woven through your routine. As you integrate intentional presence, active self-appreciation, and mindful savoring into your life, fulfillment no longer feels fleeting or dependent on unpredictable circumstances. You gain resilience against disappointment and bounce back from setbacks more quickly. Friends and family may notice a calmer or more open-hearted presence about you, while stress loses its grip. The world becomes a more interesting and welcoming place, because you know how to uncover meaning on ordinary days as well as in exceptional achievements. Today, begin by dedicating just 5 minutes to mindful presence, and then complete a short gratitude entry at day's end. Choose to savor one beautiful moment and let it be enough for now. This is not a task to complete, but a lifelong practice, a gift you can give yourself every single day, regardless of what changes outside of you. In mastering fulfillment from within, you have created a steady foundation for all seasons of life, inviting enduring peace, courage, and joy. As you have journeyed through harmony within, wealth beyond, align emotion and vision, you've learned to discover emotional alignment, build strong foundations of harmony, empower your dreams through gratitude, and strengthen resilience in times of uncertainty. You have expanded your inner wealth, learned to manifest abundance with intention, and embraced intentional vision and mindful fulfillment. Together, these practices offer more than fleeting motivation. They provide real, practical steps for transforming your mindset and savoring a life of meaning, peace, and true abundance from within. Thank you for dedicating your time and energy to this journey of growth and self-discovery. Your presence here reflects a deep commitment to living more intentionally. If this book has inspired or helped you, please remember to like, comment with your thoughts or suggestions, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your engagement helps us build a vibrant, supportive community where everyone can flourish.